Okay, we're recording.
Whoa, recording time.
Yep. Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Jelson with my boy London. We back at it with another podcast for the Sports and Sadness podcast with a segment called Tall and Taller, a new segment for this channel. And you know, we a couple tall boys here, so we're gonna try to talk about just different topics here in the NBA, NFL, whatever we feel like talking about. And something that I did want to start off talking about is, dude, Anthony Edwards literally grew 2 inches.
Isn't it what it was? He was 6'6" before, right?
6'4".
Standing in that doorway. I was standing in that doorway for 30 minutes
We just started recording.
staring at you. I shame.
Good shit.
I was staring at you for
Man,
30
Jacob,
minutes.
Jacob really just man. This is really hard to say with two Jacobs.
I shaved.
Jacob
Let's
shaved.
go, Jacob.
He said, "Let's go, Jacob." He still has the mustache though. I want him to keep growing the mustache.
Um, but no,
Anyway,
he was 6'4".
so now he's 6'6".
Yes, and
Well, that is interesting.
prior to him growing, he said to Chris Finch, "If I get to 6'6", I will be the next Michael Jordan."
This man just fucking take growth hormones.
Bro,
He was like,
literally, like,
I don't know. I know how to get to 6'6".
dude, he he had leg extensions. That's what it was.
Just he's actually not any taller. They just like hid stuff under his socks.
Dude, no, 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 no. They gave him like those like super old like Shaq shoes that you find at Walmart.
Yeah, yeah. Or like those ones that like you see on the commercials to make like the girls would wear to make them taller. That has that secret insert inside.
No, no, bro. You would have like the old Skechers that would be like it's super comfy and it's just like this thick of memory foam.
And or
Um,
just like some really thick ass slides. You know,
exactly. You gotta get those like those Kanye slides or whatever, like the Yeezy slides.
dude, those things are so weird looking. They look like an alien's head is on your feet.
Dude, I went into my English class and I think 4 people had them.
What the? Huh?
I don't know.
Those are
Anyway,
expensive.
exactly. Anyway, yeah, Anthony Edwards grew 2 inches. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that's kind of because like at 6'4", he already dunks on everybody. So like you just give him extra like 2 extra inches. It's a little worrisome. Like he already has like one of the best in-game dunks I've ever seen in my life.
I,
It
I
literally, I think it was number one on the top 100 list
it
this year
was,
too,
yes.
beating DeAndre Ayton's game-winning playoff thing. That's what it's
Um,
fine.
I don't know. I thought that was personally my favorite dunk I've ever seen in my entire life, but that's just because I'm a little biased. So,
The only dunk that I think I was more impressed by was whenever Giannis fucking jumped over Tim Hardaway Jr. in game.
dude, when John Morant almost murdered Kevin Love,
Kevin Love, dude. John Morant is gonna have one of those dunks that's considered one of the best of all time at some point. Because like if he was 2 inches taller, it's over.
dude, I think John Morant is one of those guys that's just gonna keep missing like absolutely amazing dunks. He's gonna hit one of these days. He's gonna be like 40 years old and he's gonna hit it, and it's gonna be like finally.
Finally, dude. That's how. I mean, I pains would say this because Josh Jackson did exist on the Suns as a fourth pick, but
Oh my god. Dude, I was legit talking about Josh Jackson in my video today.
dude, I hate Josh Jackson because he's so disappointing in
No,
every way.
it's so crazy though, because y'all picked him at 4, and he was just so bad. And then he went to Detroit, and he's actually playing solid. So, like, he's not playing fourth overall pick good, but he's playing like
No, he's playing like 40th overall pick,
I
dude.
would I would say about I'd pick him at like 15th, but
15th on a bad year.
exact like 15th on like last year's draft with with Edwards and all them.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
see, I don't know. That draft was actually kind of deep for role players though, and I still wouldn't say Josh Jackson's a role player because he's really stupid.
what was
Like,
facts? But what year was the Anthony Bennett? Was that 2000? Was that?
shoot, I don't know.
But that year, that year would be a Josh
I think
Jackson
2000,
15th.
I think 2015 was a bad year because it had Jokic, but that was like at 42nd or something.
Yeah.
You know, like the top guys weren't as crazy in that year.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns was in that draft too.
No, no, that was I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one before that one. About the one before Book and Cat and D'Lo.
So that
'Cause that
was
was
that was the
15-16.
Wiggins draft.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
2014.
That. Yeah. Well, I always think of the last number for some reason. When I
Yeah,
think of them, So I thought of 15, and I thought of 16
right.
for the book and the
Yeah. Um, yeah, that was the Wiggs draft where Cavs picked up Wiggs. Love wanted out. We're like, oh, we're gonna get the next Michael Jordan, LeBron James here, and then he
Y'all
ended
got
up
Andrew
being
Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins. So,
I mean, y'all should have known y'all can't choose a guy named Andrew to be one of the greatest of all time.
and have the last name Wiggins, bro.
Like, yeah, Wiggins is not. No,
Um,
dude, he is a very disappointing.
dude, I hate it when people try to tell me that Anthony Edwards is the next Andrew Wiggins. I'm like, you watched any games last year? He showed more promise as a rookie than Andrew Wiggins showed his entire career. So
Well, technically, Andrew Wiggins showed a lot of promise as a rookie, but after that, it was bad. Like he was like 22 points per game his rookie season.
he was good his rookie season, but it wasn't like, I don't know. He showed like a lot of promise, but at the same time, you could tell that he wasn't quite as like motivated, like chip on that shoulder type of guy that a lot of guys
Yeah,
are.
because
That
he was like, "I'm the best ever. I'm gonna be so good."
dude, man was one of the best high school players I've ever seen in my entire life. So
I mean, like, if you gave like a really strong mentality person his body type, like, then it would be like, I mean, then it would just be Kobe. That's pretty much what it would be,
really,
because he's basically Kobe. Like, if you stuck Chris Paul head and that man, that would be insane, you know.
I
But Chris
mean,
Paul stuck at 6 foot.
for real, and with like minimal athleticism.
Yeah,
Um,
like he is not super athletic at all.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Andrew Wiggins is one of those guys. Like I've seen a lot of like Warriors fans try to tell me that if the Warriors, for example, got him when he was a rookie, that he would end up being the next Michael Jordan. I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not how it works. His mental was his mental. That's how he was, no matter what team he was
Yeah,
on. And it's like he played with Kevin Garnett. What else do you want mentally? Like he
yeah,
played
and
with Jimmy
also,
Butler too. So like I don't get it. Jimmy Butler even said himself that it wasn't the team. I mean, it kind of was the team, but like at the same
yeah,
time, it was a lot more mentally for Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. So
yeah. Like,
um,
and if you were like, oh, if you're on a bad team, you'll be super sad. And like, yeah, that's true, but that's just for weak-minded people because
yeah,
Dev Booker just went to the finals.
exactly. I
He was
mean,
on the worst team. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is still really good. He's on the Kings.
dude, I was
Heavily
so
underrated as well.
that's facts. Dude, De'Aaron Fox, that's one of my guys. I love De'Aaron Fox, but I was gonna say, looking at this Ben Simmons situation, you know what I mean?
Oh
Um,
yeah,
there's about two teams left in the entire league that still want to like trade for him, and it looks like the Timberwolves are just completely like all in and just they're like, I'll trade, as we were talking about earlier, the boat for Ben Simmons. But here's the thing: after he said that he's not gonna play, he's not gonna go to training camp, he's not gonna do any of that. After he said that, my original offer was I'll give you Malik Beasley. I'll give you someone like, I don't know, Jared Vanderbilt or Jalen Noel. You know what I mean? And I'll give you 2 or 3 first round picks, right? I'm not giving you 2 or 3
yeah.
first round picks anymore.
I would like Ben said like to get him, you'd have to give up D'Lo anyway. Well, that's the only way that they would allow you to get him. And
I
honestly, that wouldn't be bad because, but it's like
I'm
because
not trading D'Lo. That's my thing.
Ben Simmons is a lot better than people like give him credit for, even though because he was awful, but like he's still, you know, second in defensive player last year. He's still a great playmaker. And whenever he's like not in the playoffs, he can score.
My thing
You know.
is, they're not gonna trade D'Angelo Russell. Timberwolves aren't gonna because they already said he's untouchable. So and Ben Simmons, one of his main reasons, there was he was talking about it about Minnesota. He was he was being interviewed by some guy, and he was saying that one of his main draws to even wanting to go to Minnesota if he was traded there was to play with D'Lo and Cat. So it's like,
Uh,
why would you trade one of the guys that he wants to play with and one of the guys that Cat's best friends with
yeah.
to go? Like it doesn't make no sense. So like my thing is Malik Beasley is literally the best thing on the table for the 76ers right now. Like, what you want Andrew Wiggins from the Warriors, but then it also turns out like apparently the Warriors aren't even in talks for Ben Simmons anymore. And then the only one that's contesting us is the Raptors. What do you want, Pascal Siakam, a guy that makes a ton of money?
I
Like,
mean, I mean, Ben also makes a ton of money. I mean, I think a Pascal Siakam for Ben Simmons trade would be good for both sides because they would get a point guard of the future because Kyle Lowry's gone, and Pascal Siakam is a little like he had an off season, but he's also a little underrated because he was dealing with a lot of like he was on and off with COVID, and the whole team was just awful because of
yeah.
Tampa, and like I think Pascal would probably be the best
But my
thing
thing
for them.
is, if I don't think the Raptors are going to trade Pascal Siakam. Like, let's get this straight. But if they are going to trade Pascal Siakam, the 76ers would probably have to throw in a pick or something too. Because at the current state, I know Pascal Siakam's value is low too, but Ben
Yeah,
Simmons is literally like the value out of the other teams, not Daryl Morey, because he wants. There was a rumor that he was asking for Steph Curry or Klay Thompson from the Warriors.
Daryl
So
Morey is the same.
he really is. So
We already knew that, but still, he's just
exactly, I think he thinks that Ben Simmons is James Harden, and he's just really not. He's not even close to James Harden, to be honest. And like, to be fair, Ben Simmons is a great player. Like, his value is really low, and
yeah.
that's just gonna let people like the Timberwolves or the Raptors like capitalize on that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and also it's even lower because of like how the pressure is on the 76ers now.
Exactly.
Like if they trade if Morey traded him whenever he could have, like even though his value was really low, because of the playoffs, it was still a lot higher than it was now. But he was going crazy and highballing everyone. Like it wasn't just that he was highballing them; it was that he was making them laugh at him, and that's why he didn't get any counter offers because they were just so outlandish they didn't even want to talk anymore.
I mean, I saw this meme where it's like, when a GM gets a phone call from Daryl Morey about Ben Simmons, and it's like one of the, you get a phone call and it says spam likely or whatever, spam risk,
Yeah.
or like scam. Also, it said scam. It was a scam risk. It said scam risk. That's what it said, and I was like, this is so true. Because
Yeah.
if I'm
So
getting a call from Daryl Morey like a month ago, 2 months ago, I'm not just hanging up the phone. I'm blocking his number.
yeah, it's he was on some stuff. It's also crazy that they almost got they went from almost getting James Harden from Ben Simmons to Malik Beasley is one of the best things on the table. I know offense to Malik Beasley, but you were
Beasley's
this
solid, but
close
he's
to
not
James.
James Harden. Like,
Yeah. And it's also funny because Houston and the 76ers, like Daryl Morey is insane, and Houston was mad at Daryl Morey. So they took a shit package for one of the best players in the league instead of getting Ben Simmons. And now Ben Simmons is just, worth not much.
dude, what do the Rockets still have from that trade? What did they get? Because VO is not on that. The VO is on Miami, right?
Yeah.
They got some picks for
Yeah. Kelly Olynyk.
they got Kelly Olynyk. He's not even on their team anymore. He's on Detroit's team. So
Oh, yeah. Right.
what they got nothing. They
Well,
literally
and it's all,
traded James Harden for a bag of chips.
and like, here's what I don't understand. In that trade, Victor Oladipo, Karis LeVert, and Jared Allen were the three best things, and they chose by far and obviously the worst. They could have gotten at least Karis LeVert, or at very least a young center that's pretty okay. You know?
Exactly. Oh, actually, so first of all, thankfully, Karis LeVert's okay. You know what I mean
Yeah,
about
I
him
do
having
like Karis
surgery.
LeVert, even though he missed a shot that could have sent the Suns to the playoffs a year earlier.
Hey,
But
hey,
that's
hey.
not the point.
No, I'm actually though I'm happy that he's healthy now. After having
Mhm.
surgery to remove that growth from his, what was that? I can't remember, kidney or liver. Um,
Pancreas, I don't know.
I'm glad he's healthy. Karis LeVert is a great player, and literally, I think they took a shot at VO because I think you look at it like pre-injury VO, he was the best player on the board, but
Yeah,
VO was known for injuries. And why don't you take a guy like Karis LeVert where he's consistently healthy and consistently almost as good as VO? So I didn't understand it at the time. N- Looking back at it, it's probably one of the worst trades in NBA history.
Yeah, because you just gave up. And I mean, like this man was, if he didn't get injured, might have won the MVP.
Exactly.
Like, would have definitely been top three for sure. And you literally got Kelly Olynyk and picks.
Dude, it's so bad. But I want to talk about the Cavaliers real quick because you brought up Jared Allen. Dude,
The amount of height.
their roster is legit. They're gonna have Laurie Markkinen running point guard at some point, probably. Like, it doesn't make no sense. Like,
Because it's Larry, Taco, Jarrett, and who is the other guy that I'm missing? That's
I
really
did they trade Larry Nance?
yeah. Larry Nance is gone.
Where did he go to?
Portland,
That's right. Forgot about that.
which is I actually really wanted the Suns to trade him, especially because they got him for so cheap. I thought it'd be so expensive to get Larry Nance,
Dude,
and they got him for like
same.
they got him for like a nobody player and a second round pick or two.
Dude, the Timberwolves needed a power forward, and he would have been a perfect fit for us. But we decided to get Torian Prince, bro. I think the difference between getting Torian Prince and getting Larry Nance Jr. in that trade would be a second round pick. Legit. Like,
Also, Larry Nance was really good last year when he was healthy.
he really
Like, I
was.
mean, not really good as in like, star, but as far as role player, like the star role player kind of guy.
Exactly. He's like sixth man of the year type of caliber if he was off the bench. Um,
Yeah. But mainly it was his defense. Like his defense was really good last year. Like he was doing some weird like him on the Cavs, their defensive rating went up like 5 points.
I mean, that's not saying much. That team was
But yeah, I
terrible
mean it went from
defensively.
like 2 to 7, but
They got
still.
Kevin Love too. Don't forget
Wait,
about
what?
him.
I did that wrong. 115 to 120. I forget that defensive rating is
Yeah.
different.
They have Kevin Love also, which he said that he's not willing to have a buyout. Which,
Dude, that man is literally just getting that bread.
dude, I
Like, that is
love
what he's
Kevin
doing.
Love for that. Dude, get that bag, bro. I don't know. Even though he forced his way out of Minnesota, I still love Kevin Love. I don't know.
He's a cool guy. He has a really cute dog. I don't know if you ever looked at his Instagram, but he's got a really cute dog.
Yeah, I follow him.
Yeah.
Um,
Kevin Love's a cool guy.
yeah. And so transitioning from the NBA,
Oh
let's
snap.
go to the NFL.
Oh
And
yeah. NFL
so
season starting.
it's coming up. First Vikings game is in 10 days. I'm pretty sure. Yes, 10 days.
Oh, I can look right here.
It's
Mhm.
on.
At Cincinnati, Sunday at 12 p.m.
Yes. We're about to catch a W. We're gonna beat
Yeah,
the
you
Bengals.
should definitely beat the Bengals.
Dude, through by the bye week, I would not be surprised if we're 5-1. Like legit.
I actually want to look at y'all's schedule because I looked at it a while back.
Actually, let me bring it up too, because I'd be forgetting.
Wait, let me see. So I'm trying to count the ones that I think will be wins. And I want to wait, what? That is.
All right, here we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, y'all play the Bengals first.
That's a W.
That's a dub. I'm pretty sure that's. Oh man, y'all actually have y'all have like a weird rough then not rough schedule.
Exactly.
Like it's rough, then it's easy, then rough, then easy, then rough.
I think so. I think we beat the Bengals. I think we
Yeah,
beat the Cardinals. But that game's gonna be close. That game's gonna be
yeah.
fun to
The
watch.
Cardinals. We'll see. It depends on how the Cardinals look in Week 1. I'm not gonna pick that one because it really depends on what Kyler Murray's looking like. So, the Cardinals on paper, I really like the Cardinals just because being a Suns fan makes you automatically see the Cardinals stuff.
Right.
So like I see a lot of their stuff. On paper, the Cardinals could be great, but they have Cliff Kingsbury as their coach, which is he is so like he commits constant sins of coaching every week.
He's just I don't know. I don't like him. But it also for me personally, it really depends on is JJ Watt gonna be JJ Watt? You know what I mean?
I don't know
Um
if he'll be JJ Watt, but I think he'll be JJ Watt.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
For real. But I think it's a win. It's gonna be a good game for sure.
Yeah.
Um Seattle at Minnesota.
That one I would lean Seattle, but at the same time, that one's because it's at Minnesota with
Exactly.
the home crowds being back, that could be so. But okay, the Browns, that's a loss though. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm high on the Browns. Browns are good. Browns are good,
No, we're gonna beat the Browns.
dude.
It's not gonna be close. We're gonna like
Dude,
actually dominate the Browns.
dude, the Browns are so good. Both sides are really good.
Baker is bad, bro. That's my only thing.
What? But see,
Actually,
Baker
okay.
isn't always good. Baker can be really good at
Baker
times.
is a better version of Ryan Tannehill.
Baker is honestly a lot like Kirk Cousins in the way that can be really streaky. Like suddenly he's just automatically throwing everything. But Baker has like his ceiling is higher
Well, yeah,
than
'cause
Kirk
he's younger.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, not like that. I'm just talking about in a game. His ceiling is higher. Like he can suddenly be Aaron Rodgers, like last season.
I don't know. I just think their wide receiver group isn't that good. I mean, what do you got? Jarvis Landry and
Bro,
Odell.
you're sleeping on wait, is T Higgins still on there? No, he moved now, didn't he? Come on. Oh wait, no, that's the
No,
Bengals.
yeah, T Higgins on the Bengals.
You're sleeping on Peoples Jones. That's who I was thinking of. Peoples Jones. He's the Peoples Jones. What can he say?
Dude, that's like saying I'm sleeping on Alan Lazard on the Packers. Come
You
on.
are
Dude, Alan Lazard. Okay. Alan
Alan
Lazard
Lizard.
is
That's
a
what I call him.
solid wide receiver 3 at best. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's another thing that we'll talk about later. But Odell depends on how he looks. Jarvis Landry, he's been
He's
regressing. That's my thing.
he he's boring, but he's also like really solid. He's one of those guys where it's like he's not flashy, but he just runs his routes well and catches the ball. You know,
He's
so
I just think it's the big issue for me is when we had Irv Smith Jr., it was like, yes, we're winning that game. Especially on offense, because Irv Smith Jr. is really good and he's supposed to have a breakout year. But now that he's out for the season, it's like, okay, as long as Justin Jefferson is healthy and Adam Thielen is healthy, I think the offensive side of the ball goes to us. Even though I'd say Baker Mayfield's a little better than Kirk Cousins. Um,
yeah,
I'd say, and our defense is better than theirs too. So,
dude, I don't know. Their defense is pretty good.
dude,
Their front, well, their secondary is rough, but their front is really good.
I want you to look at this. All right, Daniil Hunter, Michael Pierce, Dalvin Tomlinson, and then you got Everson Griffin, DJ Wanham, and Stephen Weatherly. Those are rotationals on the right side, and then you got Sheldon Richardson as a backup defensive tackle. Like,
But hear me out. Myles Garrett.
but Miles, that's like Daniil Hunter is better than Miles Garrett. So it's like
I don't
saying
know. Myles Garrett's pretty pretty bad dude.
so is Daniil Hunter. Daniil Hunter is the youngest player to hit 50 sacks. Like,
Okay, yeah, you may have a point, but I just really like Myles Garrett.
um, I don't know. I think Daniil Hunter is set to. He has a chip on his shoulder coming back, and I think he's gonna have an absolute monster season. I wouldn't be surprised to see 20 sacks out of Daniil, barring any
A
injuries.
lot of sacks.
Yeah,
I also forget this is an 18 game season,
yeah.
so this is like really crazy.
It is.
Also, Lions, that's a dub.
Dude,
Panthers,
that's not
that's
gonna
a
be
dub.
close. Dude, the Lions game is not gonna be close. Dude, even with Jared Goff said, "Oh, there's always new playoff teams every year. Why can't it be us?" It's like because you don't have any wide receivers. You have
Or a
legit.
quarterback,
I mean,
T.J. Hawkinson. That's what they got.
they got T.J. Hawkinson, but dude, I can't name one wide receiver on the Lions, and they're in my own division.
I can't name one wide receiver on the Lions either. That's just because I don't pay attention. I just like T.J. Hawkinson.
I like TJ too, but I don't know. They're not going to be good. I have them winning one game this year. So, and that's being generous too. I could see them
There you go.
going.
That Lions Vikings game is on my birthday.
For real?
Yeah, October 10th, baby.
That means you got to come down and watch the game anyway.
Lies.
Right. But for real, that's being generous. I wouldn't be surprised if they go 0-17.
They just become the new Browns.
For real, their team is. The Texans are worse, but the Lions are the second worst team in the league. They're so
the
bad.
Texans are rough. Texans are really rough.
The Texans may have the worst roster in NFL history.
They're so bad that I don't know a single player on the team. Do you? Do you know a single?
I mean, Deshaun Watson is still technically
He's
on the team.
there.
God, I should probably know this.
Exactly.
I think the only player that I even know exists is their kicker. Like, and I don't even
Yeah,
know his name. Like,
I like the Vikings slightly because Deshaun Watson is just fun to watch. But now that he's not doing anything, like you used to be able to watch Watson and Hopkins, tear up just the two-man game.
Mm.
But then like other than that, there wasn't much, you know.
dude, I'm telling you though, I don't know what happened there. That I just don't. That team was a playoff team.
Yeah,
That
not
team
not
was
long ago.
they're in the AFC, right?
Uh,
I should
Dude,
I
you
should
should know this better than I do because honestly,
I always
the
forget.
the like I'm still like I'm a little new to the NFL. Like I know a lot of players and I know like what teams are can be good and stuff, but like
Yes,
all that stuff is still confusing me
they are
heavily.
in the AFC. Okay, so they were in they almost made it to the AFC Championship game the couple years back.
Yeah,
Like
but they didn't.
and then after that it was just terrible. Now their roster looks, terrible. But
Yeah, painful.
um
Panthers, the Cowboys depends on what kind of Dak Prescott they have.
if Dak Prescott is healthy,
I
okay,
think
all I'm
that
gonna say is if Dak Prescott's healthy, I think it's a win for us, but it's gonna be an amazing game. It's gonna be super fun to watch.
I think like the Cowboys, if Dak Prescott is good, the Cowboys are good. At least offensively. Defensively,
My thing is their offensive line is terrible.
yeah, but
So
I mean, like they've got Cooper, Lamb, you know,
yeah.
like that's two, like see, like Lamb has some really really good catches.
hmm
Like I mean, everybody's a little too high on him because he's on the Cowboys, but at the same time, he's,
So
yeah,
that's week 7.
that's yeah.
So is Dak gonna be healthy by then? That's a big question mark.
Well, see, he's supposed to start week one,
But is he? You can be starting,
but
but you're not
we,
healthy. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I think he'll be healthy by week 5 or 6. That was what I was thinking.
Dude,
But
I'm
at the
gonna be
same
honest.
time,
I don't think he'll be 100% anytime this season.
yeah, it kind of
That's
depends on how that line protects him, if at all.
exactly. So that's gonna be a good game. Either way, really. The Ravens. That's probably gonna be a loss.
Yeah, because the
Um,
Ravens, I mean, I hope it is. No offense to you, just because I really want Lamar to do his thing for my fantasy team. But
Facts. Um, I don't
the
know.
Chargers after that, I think the Chargers are sleeper. I mean, not like a Super Bowl sleeper,
They're
but
not even. They're probably. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm positive they'll make the playoffs. I think Herbert is going to have like a really, really good second year.
Dude,
Keenan Allen, Mike
I'm
Williams, Austin Eckler's healthy, dude. Eckler is super underrated.
dude, I'm gonna be honest. Right here, right now, Justin Herbert's gonna have a sophomore slump, and it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna tell you that, and it's gonna be like I don't know who to compare it to. I just think he's gonna have a really bad sophomore slump because it's really hard to live up to the expectations that a guy that like Justin Herbert that had a really 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 good rookie year to get better even. Like, and I'm not saying a sophomore slump is if he's the same as last year. That's not a sophomore slump. That's just him staying stagnant. But
Yeah,
I'm saying I don't know. I just don't think he's gonna be as great as a lot of people think he's gonna be. And that's also because I like Justin Herbert, but I don't like the Chargers. Um,
I
so
like the Chargers a lot just because they're really. I mean, like this is gonna sound rude, but like the reason I like them a lot is just because I really love their jerseys and like
here,
they are, and that's the whole reason I learned about them.
yeah, here. Let me pull something up real quick. Um, so if we can pull up last or 2019's game, right? So
Mhm.
this is Philip Rivers' year. This is not Justin Herbert,
Mhm.
but you still have the same general roster, and their defense is worse now than it was in 2019. So, barring Justin Herbert is just fantastic, right? We won that game 39-10. I I just don't see any way. I know Philip Rivers was bad in that game, but even if Justin Herbert is great, I still think we win. Just because their defense isn't as good as it was in 2019, and we beat them by 29 that year.
Look, man, I'm saying one one of the Browns or the Chargers is definitely going to beat you. One of them.
You know,
I'm
I feel like
guaranteeing it.
my thing is I feel like I agree with you, and one of those games is going to be a trap game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would I would say if it's gonna be one of those teams, we're gonna lose to the Browns.
So honestly, the Panthers could be like one of those. I think the Panthers are a real trap team this year
It
because they
Sam
like,
Darnold, it just really depends on how he plays.
yeah, but I think so. Like, I don't know. I think Darnold could be better if he's better than Bridgewater, which like is kind of iffy because Bridgewater's really good in those short passes, but Darnold's definitely got him on the longer passes.
Yes.
But so I think they're one of those. I think they're a really heavy trap team, kind of like how the Magic were last year, like before they traded everybody away. Like you like walk in and it's just Vooch, but sometimes that's enough, you know.
Mm.
So you walk in there and it's just a bunch of average players, you know, or and a few above average. Like they still got Robbie Anderson. They have what is Moore, right? That's his last name.
Yeah.
Their other receiver.
Mm.
Uh, their defense isn't awful. I mean, obviously it's not good, but it's not bad either. I mean, they have uh a pretty good. They have two good pass rushers, or they
I
have one good one and one rookie one that I think I've heard that they seem to like from
um
podcasts I listen to.
so okay, let's talk about the next game after the Chargers game, which is the Packers game.
Oh boy,
The second Packers game of the year. I think we win. Even though it's at home.
well, no, that's the first one. The second one is like
Sorry.
week 17.
Sorry. The 49ers game, that's what I was talking about. The 49ers game, it's in San Francisco. Is Nick Bosa healthy? Is Trey Lance starting or is it Jimmy G? These are the questions, you know what I mean? So if it's Trey Lance, actually, really, I don't know. Because Trey Lance, I love Trey Lance. Minnesota boy, North Dakota boy. I love him. I just don't know if he's quite ready for the big stage.
I don't think he's ready to be a starting quarterback on a team that could be that good.
Yeah, but my thing is their coach, Kyle
I mean,
Shanahan, right?
yeah.
Uh, he's gonna put Trey Lance in the right position.
Well,
So
yeah. I mean, they've been talking about doing like they did that dual quarterback like Jimmy G, like but at the same time, like that never really works. But at the same time, if anyone could make it work, it's
um,
Shanahan.
yeah, I agree that if anyone's gonna make it work, it's Kyle Shanahan. But I can't remember what coach said this, but if your team has two quarterbacks, they have zero quarterbacks
Yeah.
because you're never gonna be consistent ever, the entire season. Because if you wanna have whether you do the way of Trey Lance starting one game, then Jimmy G the next, and Trey Lance, or if you do Trey Lance and Jimmy G both play, the same game,
Yeah.
you're just never
I,
gonna
re-
be consistent.
I really think they are kind of I think it should be a one quarterback team. Like it should just be Jimmy G for this year, in all honesty, because like he literally took them to Super Bowl 2 years ago. You
Yes,
know, like he is a really solid, accurate, quarterback. He might not
exactly.
have a crazy arm or anything, but he is just good and smart. Like he can, like they almost won a Super Bowl with him, so they should just stick with him for this year. Like I just feel like
Yeah,
that's what they should do.
I agree.
But I do think they're going to be really good, and if I think if Jimmy G's just doing his thing, uh, then it'll probably be that'll probably be the last. To be honest with you.
So let's actually skip past the December 5th game because we already know what the answer to
Yeah,
that is.
we already know about that.
Um,
Steelers.
Steelers,
Steelers are
we're
weird.
winning.
Steelers are weird because
We're winning.
They're weird.
We're winning. Like, it's not even a question, in my opinion, because I feel like Big Ben is gonna have a Philip Rivers type of year. Last year on the Chargers type of year.
Hear me out though. 15 pounds lighter Ben. This is slightly less Big Ben.
15 pounds lighter. The only thing he's had that's 15 is that one girl he. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Um, um, I don't
That was
know.
bad. That was
Um,
bad.
I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, what happens? Okay, after this year, I think he's gonna have one of those Philip Rivers last year in the Chargers. He's not very good. They get rid of him. He might retire after this year. Probably will retire after this year. Actually. Who's the quarterback there? Dwayne Haskins. I mean,
Hell yeah.
I'm a fan of Dwayne. To be honest. Even though I literally hate Ohio State with all of my heart, fan. Um. So, but this year, I got the Vikings. But it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game.
Speaking of the Steelers, though, just in general, like their offensive line is really sus. Like it is.
And you got Big Ben. He's about to be running around.
Yeah, but they do like if he can get the ball out, Najee. I think Najee's gonna be really good,
Mhm.
really, really good.
I agree.
Like catch, run. Like he's just in like his work, like his mentality is literally like
He's a
work,
workhorse.
work, work. Like everything that you hear about him on the Steelers is like he's first one there, last one to leave. Is always talking to everybody, learning stuff. Like he's
On
also just he's big. Like he's not Derrick Henry big, but he's like 6'2", 240.
right on the topic of young players, I did want to bring up Kellen Mond. Um,
Oh boy, here he comes.
so I'm a big Mond guy. All right.
Mhm.
The news is I'm a big Mond guy. All right.
All right,
Crazy story. Um, Mond was my guy in the draft. I wanted the Vikings to take him, and they did, obviously. And to get him with the second pick in the third round, think is gonna be a steal in the long run. Considering Kyle Trask went ahead of him, I think Mond is gonna be the better player there. Actually, I know Mond is gonna be the better player there, and I feel like the first two preseason games he showed flashes, but he wasn't great. Um, but then again, he didn't practice that much because he had the COVID thing and all that. And
Yeah.
then the third preseason game where they opened up the actual playbook for him a little bit,
Mhm.
man went I think 16 for 23, 196 yards.
Yeah. I like to be honest. I think he's pretty underrated because nobody really watches the Vikings.
Yeah.
But
Unless you're from LA and supposed to be a Chargers fan, then you're a Vikings fan. So I
that's
don't.
weird.
Do you see the crowd at the 2019 game?
No,
It was 80% Vikings fans. It was in
that's
LA.
weird. But yeah, but at the same time, in 2018, nobody liked the Chargers.
Yeah, fair.
Their jerseys weren't as cool yet. They still had old Philip Rivers.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if I could have been a Chargers fan and then stopped for that season,
Yeah.
I would have
Um,
just been whatever fan came into town. Like
yeah.
whatever team came to town, I'd be like, yeah, this is my team now.
Um, as you were saying, I feel like Helmond is one of those guys that's gonna slip under the radar.
Definitely. Like I mean, I don't know. It'll definitely be a couple years, like at least a year
I give him
or
2.
two, probably. Yeah, I would expect to, but you never know
Right.
with how NFL works. But he would definitely be, I think he'll be a solid quarterback that can actually play though. Like can be a starter.
Right. And I think if he everything that indicates to me is he has a great work ethic. Uh, so if he really is he just works all the time and just tries to get better. I feel like he can be a franchise quarterback. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if, come next year's draft, and Kellen isn't showing the type of progression they like, then if we get someone in the first round, I wouldn't be surprised there either. So,
Yeah, it's just like he's one of those QBs, like as all late round QBs are. They might randomly just be good, and they also might just not quite have it where you just want to get a new guy, you know?
Yeah.
It's just it's the yeah, that's why you take a quarterback late. You never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. And let's talk about we literally got so we traded the 14th overall pick this year
Yeah,
to the Jets and they picked Elijah Vera Tucker. And
yeah,
we got the 24th over I forget. We got
yeah.
Christian
It was
Darrisaw
the
with that pick.
yeah.
Then we also got 2 third rounders which ended up being Wyatt Davis and Kellen Mond.
That's pretty good value. Because
I
especially because you got Darisaw so late. Because I know you were talking about the whole draft that you were praying he would drop that far.
to 14 to
Yeah,
14.
you were like, I want Darisaw at 14, and then 10 picks later, he's still sitting there.
And I loved him. And he's injured right now. He had surgery. They didn't put him on
Uh-oh,
IR, so that's a good
you
sign.
froze.
I think I'm good on my end.
Okay. Did I
Okay.
freeze or did you freeze?
I think you froze.
For
'Cause
me, you froze, but for you, I froze.
no. You're moving and all that.
Oh, you just
Um,
froze for me. You were like,
am I good now? Am I good now?
yeah, you're chilling now. It
All
was
right.
just at the moment. I was like, where'd he go?
But yeah, Christian Darrisaw. I mean, he had 2 surgeries on his groin. Um, and he's not on IR, so that's a good sign because you'd usually put a player on IR if you expect him to miss the first 3 weeks, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think he starts week 1. Actually, I don't think he starts week 2 either. But I could see him week 3. So he's the franchise left tackle for us, and I think he's going to be worth the wait for sure, considering what else do we got? Rashad Hill, terrible left tackle. He's a good backup left tackle, not a good starting left tackle.
Yeah.
And then Wyatt Davis. I don't know if you know anything about him.
Nope.
Played for Ohio State once again. I hate Ohio State.
I also hate Ohio State.
Um, but he was if he had went to the draft the year prior. I don't think he could have because of like obviously he was because of eligibility and all that. But
Mhm.
if he did, if he could, he would have gone in the first round. And we got him late third round. So and he looks great in the preseason. You know how PFF grades their thing. So obviously PFF take it with a grain of salt, but
Mhm.
he was the highest graded rookie offensive lineman. So and he's not our starting right guard. Oli Udo is, but I feel like Wyatt Davis is one of those guys where it's like if you have so much talent just sitting there, you can't have him on the bench for too long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, y'all drafted people that nobody's gonna notice, but it was very underrated. You
Yeah,
know, like I feel like it was a really solid for what y'all needed, especially.
yeah. Um, obviously,
Also, I was just gonna say, if you want to go to the next game, the Bears, and we all know how that's gonna go.
I got Vikings on that one.
Yeah, I have. Speaking of the Bears, though, I do really like Justin Fields a lot more than a lot of other people like him.
You
But I
know,
think the main issue is that they have no offensive line for him to
you
do
know
anything.
my standpoint on Justin Fields, man.
Yeah, I do.
I
I
don't
like him.
think
I
he's good.
honestly, I don't think any of the five quarterbacks will be busts. I think they're all good. I haven't seen anything blatantly wrong with any of them.
That's very true. No matter how much I hate Justin Fields, I do think that he will probably be at least solid. You know what I mean?
The only thing, this is what you gotta worry about. I feel like with the main downside for all of them is Trey Lance. His main thing is he's just really raw. If he just does, I think because I mean he seems like a guy who works. You know, like I think he'll end up being really good if he works.
Right.
But his throws are really inconsistently accurate. You know,
But he does
like
have
it's
a
like
great
over
arm,
here
though.
then here. Yeah, his arm is he's got a cannon. He just can't control the cannon. Like, he was
Yeah.
throwing like 80-mile fastballs for like 3 yards, and like people kept dropping him.
My
And
thing
I was
is,
like,
you have to also think about it. He played 1 year in college.
yeah,
So,
on a team that, and also like on a team that he wouldn't get much experience playing serious guys
exactly.
that.
Um,
That's also why I didn't want him to get. Like I always thought he shouldn't go at third, especially or like just so high. Because I was like, look, man, he has a lot of talent, but he did not really do exactly that much stuff.
Okay, I have a really weird viewpoint, and I think um going into the draft, going into the actual draft day,
Yeah,
I'm no scout, but I had Zach Wilson as my number one quarterback. Ahead of ahead of Trevor Lawrence, ahead of Justin Fields, Mac Jones, everyone else. And I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence is bad. I just think Zach Wilson has higher upside than Trevor Lawrence. And I think keep in mind Trevor Lawrence will probably be great, but I feel like he really reminds me of a quarterback that was way overhyped in college. Not a Johnny Manziel. I'm not talking Johnny Manziel. I'm talking he was way overhyped in college, but to the point where it's like he's still gonna be great, if that makes any sense.
see, I got a hot take. I think he will be one of the worst from the draft. Like I don't. I think they'll all be good, but I think he, or at very least, he won't be great.
Yeah, and part of that personally is because the situation he was drafted into. Um, but I had Zach Wilson. I was really high on Zach Wilson. I know you were originally didn't like Zach Wilson. I know he kind of started to grow on you a little bit. Um, but yeah.
Shit down there, or if it is on your end. Oh, hey,
Oh, there we
there he
go.
is.
There we go. We're good.
Welcome back.
But as I was saying is I know your opinion on Zach Wilson was going into the draft was kind of low.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't like him at first.
and then now I know you were telling me how he's kind of growing on you.
Yeah, I don't want him to grow up. Like you know how you hate Justin Fields, like I hate Zach Wilson,
Yeah.
but we both painfully admit that they might be a little better than we want them to be
Yes. I
because like his arm talent, really, like
and he's
the ball he
accurate too.
throws, it looks so
Accurate,
good.
got a cannon.
His main downside is he grew up in a really preppy family and doesn't know how to deal with like anything. It seems
Might be
like
mildly racist.
yeah, it might be mildly racist. His family definitely is.
Yeah.
Why is this? What is freezing, bro? What is this crap?
I don't know.
Hello?
Yeah, we good. We
Oh,
good.
hey, he's back.
We good.
Uh, Other thing is he's on the Jets, and that's always bad. That's always risky being
Yes.
on the Jets.
But to be fair, in the preseason he looked amazing.
Yeah, he did look really good. Also, this is a thing I'm gonna go and say. Corey Davis for the Jets breakout year. It's happening
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I could
because
definitely see it.
he's the number one guy. He's gonna have to be the number one guy for them. And like if Zach Wilson can throw like I think he can throw, then they're gonna have a lot of passes. I wanted him as a late round fantasy, but I forgot that one of my other guys is auto drafting, and like no one chooses him because he's on the Jets, but he's actually ranked a lot higher.
Yeah.
The auto draft just snagged him one pick before I was gonna get him, so that's why I got Landry.
Yeah.
So because I was gonna choose him, and then Landry was literally one spot ranked below him, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just grab Landry. Like I like Landry, but I really wanted Corey Davis as a like just that late round pick that nobody would get within auto draft.
Right. And you know, hate to be that guy, but I gotta pull something out while we talk. But um pause first of all.
I can
Pause.
pull the strap on. Wait, strap on. Pause.
Pause. Um so but as I was saying is I don't like Justin Fields. He's probably gonna be good, okay. It's probably gonna be good, but I don't like him at all. Um I hate to admit it too. I really hate to admit it.
I know you do.
And I feel like I don't know who's gonna be better. No, actually, for real though, I think every quarterback in the first 3 rounds have a shot to be really good.
Yeah, this was a really good looking draft. On like it looks like it'll be really good.
For real.
I really and like I know you know that I like Mac Jones a lot, but like I mean he just like I don't think he'll be the best just because he physically doesn't have everything to be the best, you know?
Yeah.
But mentally, that dude is just on point.
I'm about to
Like
bring out
he
some sports cards.
oh I have a fun stat for you for Macaroni Jones.
Oh, okay.
I think he had 16 total drives or something like that. It was in the teens. I can't remember the exact set, but out of all of the drives, only 2 of them they punted. The rest were scores.
Dude, Mac Jones looked really good.
Yeah, like, and it was like his game management was so good, and his in the pocket movement for a guy who is not athletic, he is really good at shifting his feet. Like that man is a ballerina out there. But apparently he used to play tennis, so that's where he gets his foot
Here we
movement.
go.
Apparently,
This is actually, I got 2 people that are trying to show you. 3 actually. I got a crap ton of stuff I gotta show you. But so let's talk about the GOAT real quick. I got I don't know if you would see that Jeff Gladney rookie autograph. Um,
hell yeah,
guy that you drafted, a Jarvis Landry rookie.
hell yeah, my man.
Um, here's one, Julio Jones rookie.
Well, yeah, well, that's actually good.
Yeah,
Like Julio was really like one of the like. I mean, that man was in the league, or that man's been in the league for 10, 11 years now,
yeah,
and for other than last year, he's always been a top 5 receiver the entire time, basically.
yeah. Devontae Adams rookie.
Oh,
Um, for my Bears fans out there, rookie patch or rookie jersey, I guess. Allen Robinson.
I know that name.
Um, uh, Odell rookie.
Yeah, if you had sold that like 2 years ago, that would went for a lot.
Aaron Donald rookie.
Oh, oh, dude, I bet Aaron Donald rookie cards were so cheap. I bet a lot of Rams fans have a lot of because he was really underrated
He really was.
because everyone's like, oh, he's too small because he's only like 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like for a guy at his position, he's defensive left tackle or is it right? I know he's a tackle though, right?
Yes.
Or is he guard? I can't remember. But for a guy at at his position, he should definitely be bigger. But that man is just strong. That dude is insane.
Man's huge.
Speaking of them, y'all played the Rams, and I am really high on the Rams this year.
Matthew Stafford though
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying Matthew Stafford.
is
Like
terrible.
no, Matthew Stafford's so underrated, man.
I played Matthew Stafford twice a year for my life, and he was terrible every single time we played him. Every
But
single time.
hear me out.
And don't say it was the roster because he himself was bad.
But hear me out. He's twice as good as Jared Goff, and that team was good with Jared Goff. Like I think Stafford is overrated by the media right now, but I think he's also still not Jared Goff.
Okay, but I seen I agree with the him being overrated by the media because I've seen people put him in the top 5 quarterbacks. Okay, if he's a top 5 quarterback, then I'm black. So, um,
I think you say that.
um, might have to edit that one out, but
Yeah,
um,
I don't know. It's so funny, but we might get in trouble.
right, the internet might come after me for that one.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Matthew Stafford, terrible in my terrible is an overstate or okay, he's not terrible, but he's not very good. He's not a top 5 quarterback. He's not a top 10 quarterback. Kirk is better than him. So
their coach though can finally run everything he's wanted to run that he couldn't with Jared Goff.
okay, something I
Okay,
do
what's their
want to
coach's
talk
name?
about.
He's really good. I can't
Sean
remember his name.
McVay.
Yes.
Something I did want to say though is Matthew Stafford isn't as big of an upgrade as a lot of people think. I think he's gonna be good, I guess, but he's literally Jared Goff with
More arm.
a little bit of a better arm. So I don't know what you say about that. I don't know. I guess you have to look at me in my opinion, because I've played it. Like I've seen him play so much because I play him twice a year.
Yeah.
And also you have to take in mind though is I don't traditionally hate Lions players because I feel like Lions are like fans especially, and the Lions are the chillest in the division. So I actually vibe with Lions fans. Uh, so I just I don't know. I don't like Matthew Stafford. Actually, I like Matthew Stafford as a person. Don't like him as a quarterback. So and so that's one thing. Obviously we just talked about the Rams, and Aaron Donald is gonna be a beast. This is what he is.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I think the Rams could win 12. I think they're going to win 12. That's my prediction.
I think the
Is a
Vikings will
12
win
win
12.
Rams. Oh, I think the Patriots will win 11. Hot take.
That's a hot take. I got them winning about 8.
No. You don't understand.
Cause
You don't understand the macaroni Jonah. Okay,
who's the receivers?
fucking Myers and Jonnu Smith and Damian Harris is basically going to be a receiver sometimes. James Waddle. I'm missing one guy that's actually pretty good. Hmm, it it's a weird name. Like it's a Hawaiian type name. Like it's Iu or something.
Yeah.
And he looks really good. Here, hold on,
Um,
let me look up their schedule though, because like it looks like an 11 win team
but
because
think
their
of
schedule isn't hard either. But I think a lot of Patriots fans are heavily underrating the Dolphins.
no, the Dolphins are gonna be great. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Those are
exactly.
I don't know. I think the Dolphins. Dude, everybody's like Tua turned the ball over. You seen that?
Dude, I hate Tua slander so much because
I love
it's so
Tua.
it's also it's just because it's so like unnecessary, especially for a guy who came off of almost a career-ending injury, like a horrendous injury,
Exactly.
a and played in an offense for half of a season that was completely made for a different type of quarterback.
Yes.
And the offensive coordinator openly said he was upset that Fitzmagic was not being the starter anymore. And I'm pretty sure that kind of had something to do with the fact that their offense was not as good. And the offensive weapons that they have, Waddle, who I think is gonna be great. They still have that
Yes.
Grant guy, that little fast dude,
Well, did
Gesicki,
Waddle get injured?
underrated. Well, he was in it, but I'm pretty sure he's starting
Well, no, he got injured in
the first
preseason.
game. I thought. Oh, well, I thought I saw that he was going to start the first game.
Let me look it up actually, cause yeah, I think he is. Yeah, it looks like he's playing.
Yeah, I was thinking he was playing.
The first article when I look up his name is Jalen Waddle most likely to be this year's Justin Jefferson.
I really like Waddle,
I
and
do too.
honestly, I like Smith a ton, but his main issue is Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Devontae Parker. Man is a beast. So, who's gonna be the wide receiver? Devontae Parker is gonna be the wide receiver 1. Stupid question. But then Jalen Waddle's gonna be wide receiver 2, and I feel like it's gonna be like one of those situations where it's like, just like Justin Jefferson, where it's like Thielen was the wide receiver 1 going into the year, and then about halfway into the year, JJ took over. So
Yeah, another thing with them, like everybody, like especially Colin Coward, I hate that guy. Like he's wrong about a lot of things. For example, he ranked Ben Simmons at the 7th best player in the league like 2 years ago. Um, and but all he talks about is how Tua's a bust. I'm like, dude, you've probably seen him play 2 games.
dude, he's busting while watching Tua. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, like it's just, dude. Wait, what's was it Skip Bayless that has the obsession with LeBron?
Yes.
Dude, he's not even a hater no more. He's a fan.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. It's 2 a.m. LeBron. I'm up working out. What are you doing?
he's
Sleeping, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
they're sleeping. Like, I gotta do things these days. Like, I gotta get my rest for this league while you're sitting there on your couch watching TV on First Take, watching Rachel Nicholas be racist, bro. Like,
Also, another thing about Skip is like he doesn't even have to do anything for his job. Like he doesn't have to be an analyst because he can just make up whatever he says, and it always just that's his job, is to make up stuff and argue.
I agree, but that's that's literally all analysts.
Well, yeah, but him extra. Like, I mean, like he is mad at the world. Speaking of which, I saw him talking about how the Cowboys are going to win their division, and I was
They're the
like he was confident, like he was saying for sure, 100%. I'm like, okay, all right, man.
football team not exist.
Yeah, dude, yeah, literally, Washington is going to be so much better than them.
Exactly. What was I gonna say? Can we talk about how?
Oh, we're talking about the Dolphins, I think. But
Yeah, dude. Can we talk about how that I had that Dave Benz connection?
dude, your entire existence is a connection to something. It's weird.
But dude, I would have never thought I'd be talking to Dave Benz. Did I tell you about that?
But yeah, I helped you tell him what you. I
That's
helped you say what
right.
to say.
That's right. That's so
Was it-
wild.
Like you were like, dude, I'm talking. I talked to Dave Benz. I'm like, who
I
the
had to
hell
explain to
is
you.
that?
I had to explain to you.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Um,
But at the time, I had no idea.
if you guys don't know who Dave Benz is, he's the announcer on Bally Sports
Oh, you
for
kid.
the Timberwolves. Um,
This shit's tripping, bro.
yeah,
Oh, hey, there he is.
there we go. We good?
Yes.
But yeah, if you guys don't know who Dave Benz is, he's the announcer, commentator, sportscaster for Bally Sports for the Timberwolves. Um, absolute legend. He's a goat. But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to go to that for him to show me around the spot and like how they do everything.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. You know who? Like I literally, like I said, you have all these things where, like, Emmy, you met Cam Dantzler, like all this stuff where there's just like people all around you at all times. I literally live in Alabama.
But no,
Like,
hear me out. I live in Minnesota. Okay, it's not like
yeah, but
it's not like I live
Minnesota
in
has a
LA.
big city. You live in Minneapolis, Minnesota,
Yeah,
or near it, or whatever.
yeah.
Like I live in Alabama, not near anything in
Not
Alabama.
there.
Auburn is an hour and a half. Tuscaloosa is 2.5. Like Atlanta's closer than Tuscaloosa to me,
Yeah.
and Atlanta's a nightmare.
Dude, my mom went to Atlanta. Yeah. Dude, that's where I got that Trey Young jersey.
Trey Young,
Yeah.
nice Trey. It's quiet as fucking here.
Dude, I love Trey Young.
Me too.
I love Trey Young. He was my guy coming out of high school and college.
He's a badass.
Um,
Now I'm
but
looking at the Patriots schedule. I know this is completely off topic, but it's a lot harder than I was like originally thinking about. Just because every time I think about it, everyone that I hear talk about it forgets that the Dolphins are way better than, like, they just for some reason think the Dolphins aren't going to be good.
hold on.
When I think the Dolphins are going to be good.
The first two games are a loss. Then they're winning. Then they're probably gonna win. Then they're gonna win again.
I'm not. Are we talking about the Dolphins or are we talking about the Patriots?
Patriots.
The Patriots, I think they're going to lose the Dolphins. I
Actually,
think they're going
sorry.
to beat the Jets.
Yeah,
Then they're
sorry.
going to beat the Saints. Lost to the Bucks. I'm going to count the losses real quick. So lost to the Bucks, lost to the Dolphins, Texans a dub, Cowboys dub, Jets dub, Chargers loss, Panthers dub, Browns.
loss. For sure. If you have
That
the
one's rough.
Browns beating the Vikings, they're beating the Patriots.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where I'm like, I just feel like the Browns played really bad against the Patriots.
I
I don't know.
guess, but they played bad against the Vikings too.
That's fair.
So
But at the same time, the Browns were just really bad for a long time.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it kind of didn't matter. They kind of played bad against everybody.
Yeah.
When I think about it. We'll say, no, I'm going to keep that one as a win. Because I think that could be Falcons win. Okay, well, Titans loss.
For sure.
Bills, those are both losses. So that's 6. I said 11. So it basically comes down to that Dolphins game. Because I think they're going to beat the Colts. I think they're going to beat the Jags.
They're gonna lose against the Dolphins again.
They probably will. It'll be. I think. I was thinking 10 or 11 though.
Did
Like
you
I
count
think.
the loss against the Saints?
No, I think they're going to win that one. I think Jameis is going to have a rough time starting off.
I think it's a loss. I think Jameis looked really good in the preseason.
Well, yeah, but I also hate Jameis, so it doesn't
I'm a
matter what he
big
does.
Jameis Winston fan, so
I'm an Auburn fan, so I hate Jameis Winston.
okay. Just like I hate Russell Wilson because he went to Wisconsin.
I hate Jameis Winston because he beat the freaking beat Auburn in the championship game, mainly due to coaching by Auburn. But I still just blame Jameis because he didn't really have a great game, to be honest. Like it wasn't Jameis going off; it was Gus Malzahn going wherever the fuck he was going.
Yeah. Can we talk about? I know this isn't really a college podcast when it comes to sports, but might as well throw it in there. Minnesota versus Ohio State was yesterday.
It was close, a lot closer than it should have been.
Dude, Minnesota's a sleeper. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dude, for Ohio State to be ranked 4 and we not and when we to be unranked and make it a close a 2 possession game,
Yeah,
I think we should be at least ranked.
like Ohio State should also definitely go down for that at least
At
one of
least.
the two.
Um
So much Auburn isn't ranked this year, and like I know weren't good last year, but at the same time, you always got to rank Auburn because they'll always end up there eventually.
dude, I'm looking at like the Gophers schedule, right? We
Mhm.
play Miami, Ohio. We're going to win like 72-0. We play Colorado.
Colorado.
We're probably going to win there. It's going to be a little tough, but we're probably going to win. We play Bowling Green. Another 72-0 win. Um, Purdue, we're going to win. Nebraska, we're going to win. Maryland, probably going to win. Northwestern, we're going to win. Illinois, it's going to be a good game, but I think we're going to win. Iowa's going to be a massive game. We're rivals, so that's going to be a great game. I don't think we've lost to Iowa like the last 3 times, but I feel like we're going to win that game. Indiana, we're going to win. Wisconsin, we're probably going to lose.
Yeah, this is gonna sound rude, but like I don't pay attention. Like I'm SEC is like really the main thing I know, and that all just sounds like wins, like by a lot.
Mm.
Because all those teams are teams that might play an SEC team that it's always the bye week.
Yeah.
Like even for Auburn, even Auburn's like, oh, we're playing Colorado.
We have
You
a
know,
we have a really easy schedule, I'm not even gonna lie to you. We lost to Ohio State and the other team that Iowa's always really good though. So was Wisconsin. Um so I think probably only lose 2 games because we already lost against Ohio State. We'll probably lose against Wisconsin. Well, actually, it depends. I don't know if Mo Ibrahim, if his injury report came out. But it looked like he tore his Achilles yesterday for us.
yo, Auburn has an easy schedule
Yeah.
for the first time in like forever.
Did he? Did he? Injury. Is there no injury update? But it looked like he tore his Achilles. Um. He had a boot on, but he was walking. I don't know. Hopefully, he didn't tear his Achilles. But if he didn't, and he returns sometime during the year, I hope. Because he was probably going to be a first-round pick if he didn't tear his Achilles.
Yeah.
So, because last year he led the Big Ten in touchdowns and rushing yards. He had 15 touchdowns and like
That's
1,076.
a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah. He had like 4 touchdowns in one game.
That's impressive. Speaking of a bunch of touchdowns in the one game, should we get to my fantasy team that I'm very
Okay.
proud of?
All right.
You made me think of Alvin Kamara,
Yes.
who was my first pick in
And
the draft.
and destroyed the Vikings on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, my man. Alvin Kamara, just so you know, looks a lot like Nate Robinson. Have you ever looked at him?
Loki, he does.
Yeah, right.
The one running back for Ohio State. I know you don't watch much college football, but like when it comes to Big Ten, but
Yeah, I do.
uh, the one running back for Ohio State literally is built like Ezekiel Elliott. It's hilarious. Like
Which
he,
is weird because that's where he's from.
yeah, he's built like him. He runs like him. He looks
Is his
exactly
name,
like
is
Ezekiel
his
Elliott.
name is his name Elliot Ezekiel?
It
That'd be
probably
funny.
should have been. Um,
Okay, so I want to get into my quick little draft you do. So this is how I wish I could see what order I drafted them in. You know what I'm saying?
um,
That'd be cool.
while you do this, I need you to
Mhm.
look up Mayan Williams uh, uh, from Ohio State and tell me he doesn't look like Ezekiel Elliott. Like not face wise, but like built wise. If we can actually here, let me pull this up real
Oh
quick.
my God, yeah, he is literally built just like him.
Here, so this right here is Mayan Williams for the podcast viewers. He literally looks like Ezekiel Elliott.
He has really short arms.
So does Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, they're really just short, big arms.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing, man,
But
that
doesn't he
is
look
weird.
exactly like him?
Speaking of Ezekiel Elliott, with my second
Oh,
pick,
no, yep. Good transition. Here we go.
dude, I literally snagged him in the second round.
That's a little high.
Like, dude, no, I mean,
Because they're
everybody.
offensive line. Because they're offensive
Well,
line.
yeah, but I mean, everyone has him ranked as third or fourth. Like, I know it's weird, but a lot of people have him ranked really high, at very least top five. I thought what I was gonna get, I was gonna get Aaron Jones. I really like him.
Yes.
I think he's gonna have a big year, but he was taken right before. But at the same time, I was like, no way Ezekiel Elliott's falling that far. And then boom. So I literally have Kamara and Elliott as my two running backs. Like that's some pretty sweet shit, you know?
It is pretty solid. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I literally
And then
your team is great.
third round, I got JJ.
That is
Mr.
ridiculous.
Third round J Jets.
That's
Justin Jefferson
ridiculous.
in the third round. I know. I was like, what? You know? I was very excited. Then so here's one of the things about my league though is it's a lot of guys who don't play or don't really do fantasy and they don't understand that running backs are really important. So they took a lot of quarterbacks. So I was planning on taking Kyler Murray, hopefully late in a later round. And that didn't happen because everyone started choosing quarterbacks really quickly.
Dude, how did you get the man? The man.
But because this is how it went. It went Patrick Mahomes was the first quarterback taken. He was actually taken first overall for some reason. Yeah, I know. It's my buddy Levi, but the reason, but he was like, "Should I get him?" I was like, "Well, usually you can wait, but I won't stop you. You have the first pick." And he's like, "Okay," and they
Yeah.
got him. And I was like, "I'm not gonna stop him from letting me possibly get Alvin Kamara because I was hoping for Cook or Kamara as my first, because at 6, like I have the 6th pick, so it's crazy that I got either of them to be honest.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so they chose, yeah, it was Pat. Waited a while, then suddenly everybody started taking quarterbacks. I was like, oh shit. But for some reason, it went Kyler Murray. Then it went Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, which is weird because he doesn't run, you know? So that was really high. So
Josh Allen, that's a great pick.
I really wanted Josh Allen a lot, but he was picked in the second round.
Okay.
And I was like, no.
I don't know. I think he's worth a second.
I mean, I think honestly, to be personally honest, I think he's gonna win MVP this year.
Loki,
That's just
same.
Like I'm really high on the Bills. I think the Bills are gonna make the Super Bowl too. I know, but I really like the Bills a lot. But anyway, he was taken second round. Um, but then it was Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers. Uh, who else? Who else? Somebody took Herbert really early. I was
Dude,
expecting to take Herbert later because I like Herbert a lot. Like he was my original guy where I was like, if I don't, Josh Allen will be gone. But I figured they didn't know about Kyler Murray, so I was going to take Kyler Murray, hopefully, and get Herbert.
dude,
But
do you want
Lamar Jackson just,
do you want to know my personal opinion on the Bills and my fandom with them?
what?
I have a
Tell me.
Bills jersey with my last name on the back.
Oh my God. I forgot you were a Bills guy.
I'm a big
Like you
Bills
talked
guy.
about a little bit. I like them. Yeah, Lamar Jackson just popped into my lap.
Would you get him in the fourth round?
It was fourth or fifth.
That's ridiculous.
Mhm.
Dude, I would argue he's a first round quarterback.
I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty positive because I know it was because it was Kamara, Elliott, Jefferson, and then it was Jackson, and then I got Judy. Oh, Jerry Judy. I think he's gonna have a breakout year
I
because
agree.
Teddy Bridgewater can actually throw to him,
Mhm.
and the man is always open. His route running is insane.
If his hands are good, then we're chilling.
Hmm
Um,
And then after that, I took T.J. Hawkinson because I was like, yeah, this is gonna, I really like T.J. Hawkinson, so he was my sixth sixth round, yeah. And then I think after that, I actually took. So I wanted another running back, like a good running back, or who I thought would be good.
this
I
is
like
his team.
Miles Gaskin a lot. I took Miles Gaskin with like seventh
Yeah, I'm
as a
showing
good
your
backup.
I'm showing your team currently on the screen also, just so you know.
Oh snap!
This
Yeah,
is
Miles
his
Gaskin, Robbie Anderson was after that. I got Matthew Stafford as a backup, and I think if he has a big year, like I hope he gets, he could. I mean, he'll fill in for like a week, hopefully,
yeah,
as long as Lamar is all right. Knock on wood.
right.
Um, Damian Harris was another backup. I got Johnny Smith as a backup tight end. You know, Sermon was like one of my last ones. And I think Landry. And I think Callaway was like he was my very last guy that wasn't the very last guy that wasn't a kicker or a defense. And so I'm high on Callaway, especially
Dude,
before Michael Thomas comes back.
my biggest thing is with the Patriots defense, it's a big blow to you that Stephon Gilmore's out for the first 6 weeks.
Oh yeah. Well, you want to hear an interesting thing? So I was actually going to choose the Broncos defense.
Yes.
And then it like I clicked Broncos and it decided for me that I was getting the Patriots.
I mean, it's not a terrible.
Well, no, I mean I'm fine with the Patriots. Like they were right next to each other, and I actually think if they get Gilmore back, they'll be really good. But literally, I clicked Broncos like straight up. I was like, yeah, Broncos. That's what I'm getting because I wanted Washington's, because everybody, they're gonna be really good.
Right.
And then, but they were just taken like really early, and I didn't think they'd be taken early because I didn't think anybody cared about the Washington football team, especially here in Alabama.
Mm.
You know, but no, it was Bucks. Defense was taken first, way too early in like the fourth round.
Wait,
Exactly.
hold up. Dude, literally, my headphones unplugged. That was so terrible of a pick.
Yes. Also, speaking of which, for the fifth pick, somebody chose Najee Harris, which is the same guy who chose the Bucks defense.
Yes.
And I don't know. I feel like I have one of the best teams. Oddly
Sure.
enough, the guy who auto drafted actually got a really good team. Like, because everybody else was choosing like most people didn't know what they were doing. One guy is a big Seahawks fan and is a tryhard, and he's our big boss. Like he
Why
is
do
the
you
main boss.
dislike Seahawks fans?
His hard hat is literally Seahawks. Like he has a custom $50 hard hat.
Let me actually pull up my fantasy app so I can tell you, because one of my squads was actually really good for it being auto drafted, like
Yeah,
surprisingly good.
I actually want to go to my league and actually look at the Yeah, so he's got so this it mainly his lacking area is mainly quarterback because he has Trevor Lawrence, which I mean it might not be lacking. Trevor Lawrence could have a great year, but he got Saquon Barkley, and if he stays healthy, we know about Saquon Barkley.
Mhm.
He got Antonio Gibson from Washington as a second running back, which I think is a little underrated pick. Devontae Adams, if he stays healthy, that's crazy. Keenan Allen, who's actually I was gonna pick him. Keenan Allen was taken right before I got Jerry Jeudy, like the pick before.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I really wanted Keenan Allen. Noah Fant, not bad. Who was this guy? Oh yeah, I think he can swap. Oh yeah, he got that Young Hoku guy right before I picked him as well.
Dude, Young Hoku is gonna be a beast.
And he's called Young Ho. That's great.
Um,
Like I was so excited to pick him. This man he was right before me on a lot of picks. So he
Dude,
stole a lot of stuff from me.
I call him Young Ho, even though it's not even how you pronounce it.
I'm sure it's not. I wouldn't want to be if my name was Young Ho, I definitely wouldn't want to be called Young Ho.
It's Young Wei. But
No way.
yeah. So my squad, this is one of my squads. Let's talk about my name is I Chase Young Kids.
Oh God.
Great play on name, great
Mm-hmm.
fantasy name. But like this is auto generated. I got Dak Prescott, Melvin Gordon, Dalvin Cook, Allen Robinson, CeeDee Lamb, Travis Kelce, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
What?
Steelers defense and Daniel Carlson as my kicker.
How?
And then my bench, Kirk Cousins.
How'd you get Cook and Kelsey?
I don't know. But my bench is Kirk Cousins, Kareem Hunt, Jonathan Taylor, Chase Claypool, Michael Thomas, and Logan Thomas.
Jonathan Taylor's on your bench?
Yeah.
How? What did you draft with 3-year-olds that didn't even know how to do anything?
Nah, dude. I drafted like genuine football fans.
Are you sure? Are they talking about
Positive.
soccer?
Positive, man.
What? So you have Dalvin Cook and who's your other running back?
Melvin Gordon, and then
I mean,
Jonathan
you could
Taylor.
swap Jonathan Taylor and Melvin Gordon probably.
Yeah.
I would,
Um.
but still, the fact that you have both of them, you have Cook, and then who's your first quarterback?
Dak Prescott.
See, if he's healthy, that could be really good. That
Right.
could be great, honestly.
Dude, I got Michael Thomas off of waivers because obviously he has like that ankle injury where he's having all this stuff. So I picked him up just to see if like he actually ends up playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I got another squad where I auto drafted. And I got it's not as good. But Patrick Mahomes,
Mhm.
Ezekiel Elliott, Chase
Not bad.
Edmonds, I think that's his name, right? Yeah, Chase Edmonds.
Yeah,
Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs,
Diggs is pretty good.
Mike Gesicki or whatever how you pronounce it. Debo Samuel, Blankenship for my kicker and Giants defense. Uh,
Giants defense is bad. That's
um,
really bad.
yeah, Carson Wentz, McKissick, crap, I'm forgetting. John Brown.
Dude,
He actually, I have to drop him. He's not even on an NFL team anymore. Um, Melvin Brown or whatever, Cortland Sutton and Ertz. It's
okay,
not.
so
It's not as
uh
good.
this guy on my league, he texted us because he was like, "Yo, does anybody want to trade? Because I accidentally chose 4 Bucks players." I was like, "Doc, he chose Tom Brady in like the 4th round, and Tom Brady is not good for fantasy, especially not at this age.
We love Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he's still not good for fantasy
Yeah, I know.
either way. Yeah, but he has 2 really solid running backs. He has Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones. And I was like, damn, that's serious. He has AJ Brown, not bad. Chris Godwin, not bad. He got Mike Williams, who's one of my sleepers. He has Elijah Moore, not bad. And he also has Dak Prescott off of his bench, which is odd.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Dude,
was
last
confusing.
year I had Josh Allen off my bench. I had Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Dude, that's perfectly what I was about to tell you. This guy has Aaron Rodgers and Kyler Murray.
But dude, my league last year, you could run 2 quarterbacks. So I had Josh Allen and Mahomes.
That's unfair.
And I won it, and I had Devontae Adams, Hopkins, and Diggs. Those were my receivers.
Who are your running backs though? That's where it's got to be weak.
I don't remember. Actually, I can check right now. Here, give me a second.
Hey, dude, this guy also has Mac Jones. He has Kyler Murray, Mac Jones, and Aaron Rodgers.
Let's see if my squad is still here. It is. Okay, so Mahomes, Devontae Adams, Hopkins, Diggs, Montgomery, Kenyon
Oh,
Drake,
that's where it's slacking off.
Tunyon, Josh Allen, and then I had my bench wasn't that great. Oh, I had Young Wei Koo as my defense, and I had the Rams as Young Wei Koo as my kicker, and then the Los Angeles Rams as my defense, and I won the championship. And the last game of the season, so the championship game, I beat the guy 208 to 138.
Oh,
Because
my.
Mahomes had me 20, Devontae Adams had me 43, Hopkins had me 12, Diggs had me 41, Montgomery had me 20, Drake had me 13, Tunyon only had me 2, but Josh Allen had me 32, and Carolina's defense had me 21.
That's weird. You want to hear that Try Hard Guys team? It's actually not as good as it probably could be,
All right.
but so first off, Seahawks guy. So, Russell Wilson's his quarterback. He did actually get him really late though. So it was actually I think he got him like the 6th round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nobody chose Russell Wilson. And I was surprised because I was this close. I think I was like 2 picks away from getting him as my backup before I got Stafford. I was really shocked he was that late.
Right.
He got Christian McCaffrey. So, because he had like the 3rd overall pick, and Christian McCaffrey didn't go 1st or 2nd, which is weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, if Mahomes went first, then that explains a lot.
Yeah, that is one of the things. Then Miles Sanders, who,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, but then he chose DK Metcalf. Big surprise. That was like his 3rd pick. Brandon Cooks, don't even know who that is. Mark Andrews, not bad. DJ Henderson, Buffalo defense. Harrison Butker is his kicker. But he got Waddle off the bench, which I was like, damn. And he got Jamar Chase off the bench too. So, but I think Chase is not good. I don't like him at all.
No, I think Jamar Chase is actually terrible.
Yeah.
Justin
Oh, he also has
Jefferson.
Matt Thomas.
Okay. Justin
For, like, late
Jefferson
season.
was the best receiver on that LSU team. I don't care what you want to say.
Oh, I did say that because I didn't even know Jamar Chase was on that team because I thought Justin Jefferson was so good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. But I think we should end the podcast there. What do you think?
Yeah. Well,
All
let me
right.
just one more thing. One more thing. I just wanted to point out again that this guy has Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, and Mac Jones in his thing. That's just another thing.
Okay, well, that's the way to end the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. It's Bendy Boys, Tall Boy and Taller Boy.
We'll see you guys next Saturday, probably. Is that what we're trying to do? We'll list it on
whenever we're
Saturdays.
free.
Yes, we're trying to record on Fridays or Thursdays.
Just
I don't know.
between Wednesday and Saturday, pretty much.
Yes, that's pretty much what we're doing.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Probably nobody made it this far in, but thank you guys
If
for
you did,
watching.
if you made it this far, put a peanut in the comment section.
Yes,
Just
a
peanut.
peanut, and an eggplant.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! It's literally a dick and balls.
All
Fuck
right.
yeah!
All right. Peace out.